Hey, hi everybody, this is Adam. I'm gonna show you some more stuff. Just kidding. Okay, in this Fireworks CS4 tutorial, brought to you by Flash Building, we'll be showing you how to create some custom layouts, or a custom layout for your YouTube channel. And this is one gentleman who requested us to show that, and I've had it requested about 20 times, so it's high time that I show this one. And his channel is set up real nice for doing this, because you can see how the YouTube header has its predefined space and color shown to us really nice. There's a good contrast there. And then his tables also have a good contrast on the black there, so it'll be easy for us to map it out. And what we're going to do is try to sync the layout right into where the tables are on the page and the header is, and have everything kind of sync up nice so it looks like a nice custom website, but it's to be YouTube integrated, you know. Alright, let's get into Fireworks here. Enough talk, let's do this. Okay, so we'll go to Fireworks and let's go ahead and open a new document, and let's make it the width that we want. I say a nice safe width is 1600, not 16,000. 1600. And a good height would be, I don't know, 1200. Press OK. Now if you're gonna have nothing but one giant photo back there, that size might not work for you because of the restraints or the limits on size of the file it could be that you upload as background. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is go to our page and press print screen on our keyboard. That's the key right above insert. It's right next to F lock and scroll lock. Print screen, and then minimize that. Press Control V in Fireworks and it'll paste it right in. Now we want to dissect the layout right out of there. So we'll go to, you can use your mouse wheel and control to zoom in and out on your scene there. And you might also want to go to view tooltips. Make sure you're showing tooltips. That way when you use any of these tools here, you'll see tips. Okay, so and an example of that is if I grab the rectangle tool, see those little numbers that are next to my mouse there, and my pointer? That's tooltips. If I didn't have that on, view tooltips is off, you'll see it doesn't show me the sizes of anything, or the location, or the tooltip for that certain tool, the shape tool. So let's go to tooltips, because I like to see those. And now we're going to go and make sure we have the image highlighted, and grab the Marquee Tool and zoom in to where we can see it about 100%. If you need it smaller, you don't have to zoom in all the way, but we're going to dissect this out by going right above the browser and then around the layout to where it's about even on both sides of the YouTube header. It looks about even, maybe a little wider. 986, that should be good. And try to make sure your rectangle is centered there, and press Control C, and then I usually hit the text tool to get out of the marquee, and then hit the pointer again. Press Control V, and there's our little cutout. Now we can get rid of this thing back there. Control X on the big image that we used print screen for. Now we can take this one and move it around, and you'll see if we zoom out, Fireworks shows us when we're dead center. See that? When you're dead center, that line shows up. Fireworks CS4 does that. If you're in CS3, you might not see that. But Fireworks CS4 it's a much better tool than CS3, I think. So now what I'm going to do is, since that's centered, I'm going to zoom in a little, and I'm going to make sure where the browser ends there on top, is just out of view. So I'm going to tap my up key, arrow up key, until the browser is just out of view, the exact pixel, and then move back out, zoom back out by pressing Control and zoom with the wheel, the mouse wheel. And now we can bring the opacity down on this a little, maybe to about 50%, and then lock that layer that guy's on right there. Okay. Now the reason I chose 1600 as the width is because my monitor is 1400 wide. So I assume that there's a little bit wider out there. It's probably a lot wider than 1600, but there's probably not many people viewing the web at that aspect ratio, so probably won't have to worry about having it too much wider than 1600 or 1400 for that matter, maybe 1450. But if you were just going to have graphics right around your layout and not too far off into these sides or on the outsides, then you wouldn't even have to have it 16 wide. It could be maybe right here to here, maybe 1200 or 1000 change, you know. I just wanted to note that, or make a little point about that, so you guys don't think that it has to be 1600 wide. It could be 1000 wide if you wanted, just so it lay around your tables. Okay, so let's make sure this guy is locked. It's a little opaque, and that's what we want. So now let's go to a tool, the rectangle tool. Let's drag it out right around our boxes there. So on the YouTube channel you can see that the layout of the boxes. So let's just go ahead and drag this down to about right there. Should be good if I can get that right. Right about there. And now we can send that to the back by going up top here and send backward. Or the hotkey is, I think it's Control Shift down arrow key. Yeah, Control Shift down arrow key, and Control Shift up brings things forward. Okay, so now we have a little layout around our boxes there, our tables that are at the YouTube channel, and now we can also define where the header is. So if we go up and grab another rectangle, let's just make it the whole width of the 1600, and we're going to match it up to right where the YouTube header is, and I'll show you why I did that. Let's move that out the way. Let's change the canvas color to a neutral gray. Let's bring that back up top, and you'll see that the YouTube header is always white, and you can't fight that. You cannot fight that. You have to work with it. So you bring that up top right to where it matches up there. You see that? You can just see the header peeking out when I do that. Make sure you can't see it peeking out, and then make that white. You can do something like that, and then send that to the back. There we go. And so now when you lay your background in, and you upload your background, you won't see the YouTube default little curve in its header and everything. It'll be more integrated into your channel. Okay, now we just need one more little thing, so we make sure we don't mess up our layout and the information that YouTube has. Bring out a bar for your links up top, your videos, favorites, subscriptions. You want to make sure those links are viewable, so people will hopefully click on them to check all your stuff out. And then yep, you can just add this one or send that one to the back as well. Control Shift down. Okay, So that's pretty much all we need to keep our YouTube data layout intact. So we can get rid of this thing now. Let's unlock that layer and say bye-bye to our little guide. Press Control X, and there it is. Now what you have is, and you can take this rectangle, oops, make it a little bigger. Come on. By hitting the transform tool. Okay. So that's the start of it, and that's how you can set up a sort of template for how your layout would need to show the data. So you can take this thing and let's put a little roundness on it. There we go. Let's bring it down just a little bit. Okay. And now we can also, you can put roundness on these edges like I have on my channel, or not. So let's see, if we make the channel, let's make the background black, because that's how his is set up, black. And he has blue for the tables, blue and black. Okay, so in Fireworks you can pretty much now do whatever you want. You can go in here, put a little bar, make it white, that way your links show through real nice. And I'm not going to show you, go that far in this tutorial on how to make GUI graphics and make everything look cool. That'll be in other tutorials, but I just wanted to show you how you can get your layout set up to where you can pretty much do anything you want here. Now you can take a giant rectangle, and you just want to make sure that the size of your output file is not going to be too large to where YouTube won't accept it, you know what I mean? Let's get this guy down a little here. And so you have some kind of large rectangle, and you can put any kind of patterns you want on it. Send it to back. And I work with the white, the default white background at YouTube, which I feel makes for a more integrated look and feel with their header. But you can choose to do what I did there and make a nice white bar that covers the top, or whatever you want. So now in this, let's go to change the color to black, and you can put anything you want. Put a hatch design on it, gradients, so you wanted a gradient coming from the top, gradient, linear, and there you go. And that's how you would set up a custom YouTube layout. You can put a cool bar up top there to separate the header from your design. Just make sure it comes down and not up, because you really can't work any further up, because that's where their header is. But you can off to the sides, and I should say something about that. Let's see if I can get this thing here. Yeah, we don't want it so high, maybe a 4. Actually no, the way it looked before was cool. See? So you can really separate the design and really make it really cool. And like I said just a second ago, YouTube's header doesn't go up this far, or off to the side this far, so you can have little icons and stuff up here off to the side, because the YouTube header would be right here. And that's how it works. Okay, we'll see you guys next lesson, and I hope that was helpful. And I'll be doing some more tutorials in Fireworks and showing how to make some cool graphics and other cool things. But for this one, I just wanted to show you how to set up the layout to work with the tables and the header and these links up top here. You make sure, I see a lot of people that you can't see their links up top there when they put their custom designs in, and that's not cool. Alright, see you guys next lesson.